Alright, this is quiz question 1.4. Quiz 1.4. So you got an extra sheet of paper to do all the work that you missed. Let me go ahead and show you the answer key to find out which ones you missed. So here you go. Might as well press pause so you can do it. Okay, so looking at our problems, let's look at number 1. It says, which Venn diagram correctly describes the relation between set R and set I? R is real numbers, I is integers. So the best one, looking at all my Venn diagrams, it goes real numbers and then it goes integers, so you should have got C. Number 2, it says, how is this number expressed in scientific notation? So remember, your decimals are going to go right between, right in there. You need to have a number and then a decimal. Since that's a big number, our exponent is going to be positive. So it's already not A and it's not D. Now we're going to count from behind the 0, and we're going to swoop in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The answer was B. Remember, it has to be a number and then a decimal. A number and then the decimal. So it's B. Number 3. It wants to know which point on the line represents the location of the square root of 380.25. So control x squared, put 380.25. Control enter, you should have got 19.5. So looking at it, I have 19 out of 20. This means this is halfway, so you should have got point C, or point P. Answer is C. Let's see that. Let's see, number 4. It's the circle 1 was dilated with the origin of center dilation to create circle 2. So we went from circle 1 and we created circle 2. Looking at it, my circle got bigger, so therefore my scale factor has to be bigger than 1. And remember, we always multiply. We always multiply the scale factor, your scale factor, okay? We never see anything like this, and we've never seen anything like this, so those are automatically not it. So if our scale factor is greater than 1, it's going to get bigger. And that's what my picture looks like. It looks like it's getting bigger. So I have either 1/5 or I have 5. 5 is definitely bigger than 1, so my answer would be B. So that one wasn't really hard. You just had to look at your notes. Number 5, it says, which list shows the numbers in below in order from least to greatest? Least to greatest. Let me go and clear this off because it's a hot mess. Alright, so I'm going to do the work up here just so that I can do it right. So I noticed that they all have the same numbers, so I'm just going to start with A. I have 1.8. That is an integer, or I mean it's in decimal form. The next one is 63%, so if I use that in a calculator, I see that it's 0.63, and that 63% equals 0.63. And then I'll have 3/8. If I put in my calculator, 3/8 is 0.375. And then my last one is 1 2/3, so that's 1 2/3 is 1. And then 2 divided by 3, control enter, 6 repeating, okay? So it wants to know from least to greatest. Looking at my least, I have either 0.63 or 0.37. Well, 0.37 is my least, so that's 3/8 is my least. So I'm going to already process A and B. So 3/8, then my next one's least is going to be the 0.63, right? So 63%, that's my second least. And the only one that has that is C. So that one was pretty easy. You just had to be organized with your stuff. Which of the following represents dilation of reduction? So reduction means it's getting smaller. So our object is getting smaller. We're looking for less than 1. So I'm going to go and cross off the ones I've never even seen before. I've never seen the minus sign. I've never seen x, y, x, y. That makes no sense. And then we have a scale factors. Remember, multiplication is scale factors. We have 2 and then we have 1/8. Well, I know 2 is greater than 1, so that definitely cannot be it. So since a reduction, 1/8, if I put it in the calculator, 1 divided by 8, control enter, I get 0.125. That's definitely less than 1 for a reduction, so I should have got D. Remember, reduction means your scale factor has to be less than 1. So number 7 is the inequality is shown. You have 1/2 is less than x, and x is less than 100%. So we're looking for a decimal that's between that. So if I have a half, I know that is 0.5, and 100%, if I move it 1, 2, that's just 1. So we're looking for a number between a half and 1. So looking at 1/5, I find the decimal form and I get 0.2. Well, 0.2 is outside of 0.5, so it's not going to work. 2.1, well, that's more than 1. That's not going to work. 0.09, that is outside of the 0.5. That's less all the way out there, so therefore that's not going to work. And then just double check. Control divide to 0.36, and I get to be 0.6. Yes, that is between 0.5 and 1, so my answer should be D. All right. Number 8, looking for figures to be proportional. All right, so we're looking for proportional sides. So it says AB. I'm going to use my marker. It says AB is equal to XY. So looking at it, it's between, this is 2 loops and a 1 loop, so it has to be 2 loops and a 1 loop. And XY is not between a loop and 2 loops, so therefore that's not correct. Let me erase this again. All right. Number B says BC equals ZY, or ZX, I'm sorry. BC equals ZX. I see it's 1 loop and nothing, 1 loop and nothing. So far, we're so good. Then we go to the next one, AB. And it says it's congruent to YZ. Oh, look, 1 loop 2, 1 loop 2. They're both congruent. Therefore, my answer was B. Look at number 9. Look at the list of real numbers below. Which number in the list is the largest? Remember, on a number line, 0 to 10 to negative 10, and the farther away you get from 0, the less you are. So we're looking for the number that's closest to 0. As to be greater, it's going to be larger because it's closer to 0. So you have negative 9. That is, looking at all of my whole numbers, they're all negative 8, so that's the farthest. So we have negative 8 and 1/8, or 1/5. So if I control divide 1/5, I get 0.2, so it's negative 8.2. Next one, we have negative 8.6. Well, negative 8.2 is closer to 0, so it's definitely not it. Negative 8.5, so it's negative 8.5. Well, 0.5 and 0.2, well, 0.2 is closer to 0, so therefore that's the largest, so it's not D. It's going to be B, because that was negative 8.2. I know this marker sucks. Work with me. It just likes to do it at once sometimes. Let's go. Okay. Number 10 says triangle CAT is dilated with origin as center of dilation using the rule XY2 1/2 X 1/2 Y to create CAT prime. So it's talking about my scale factor. And it says my scale factor is a half. So my scale factor is a half or 0.5. So looking at that, we know that that's less than 1. That means it's going to get smaller. So we're looking where our scale factor is less than 1, and your image is going to get smaller. So this is larger, no. It says smaller, yes. It's smaller because the scale factor is less than 1, B. Okay. Number 11, this tripped up everybody. I don't know why, but it just did. Again, look at your notes, guys. It's helpful to... No, not what I said. I don't want that. Try to clear. Okay. So it says figure A, the large figure, was dilated with the center of dilation to create figure B, the small figure. So it went from A to B. Which rule best represents the dilation that was applied from figure A to B? So it started off at A, and then it went to B. So looking at it got smaller. So that means my scale factor has to be less than 1, right? Oh, can't see that. It has to be less than 1. Less than 1. So we're looking for a scale factor that's less than 1. So that means I can automatically take off A and B. Well, how much is it less than 1? So we're going to pick a point for A and B. Now we said A is my original, B is my dilated. So I'm going to put a prime as my dilation. So it says A, I'm going to pick that corner, so that's 5 and 6. 5 and 6. And the same corner for B, we have 2.5 and 3. 2.5 and 3. And I know y'all hate decimals, so let's go with the whole numbers. We're going to use the y coordinates. So remember, to find scale factor, it's your dilated over your original. Okay? So what's my dilated y value? looking at it, b prime is my dilation, so 3 over my original 6. I simplify it to 1/2. So my answer should have been C. Okay. 12. Again, we have proportional. What must be true about the proportional? So let's pay attention. It says AS is equal to RT. Okay, I have a loop and no loop. So far, so good. Then we have MA is equal to TI. So it says it's between a loop and 2, and this is not, so that can't be A. Not A. Now let's look at B. It says AM, okay, AM is equal to RI. So far it's true because I'm looking at my angles. Then it says SM is equal to RT. Nope, that is not true at all. Looking at angles. Okay, let's start again. AM, okay, is equal to SA. Or let me see. SA, let's think of it another way. Since AM is proportional to RI. That's so far so good. Okay, then it says SA is proportional to TI. Nope, got it. Nope, that's not. Looking at my angles, okay, just went a different way about it, but since it started with my big one and came back to my big one, we could do it that way, but again, they were proportional. So my left means with D, so let's just double check. SA is equal to TR, so far so true. MA is equal to IR. Yep, those are proportional sides. D is my answer. Triangle ABC is graphed on the coordinate grid with my vertices A at -2, -5, B 0, 5, and C 3, -4. Triangle ABC is dilated by a scale factor U. So it's telling you your scale factor is U. With the origin of center of dilation to create figure ABC prime. Which order pair represents C prime, right? So we're going to look at just the C coordinates alone. So C is at 3, and -4. And then it says my scale factor is U. So if I wrote my rule, X, Y, 2, it was my scale factor times my X, my scale factor times my Y. So applying that rule to C to create C prime, if I use C and my X and Y value is, sorry. Okay, sorry for the scream. I had people come in for tutoring and they opened the door without knocking and it scared me. Okay, so again, we said C was at 3. Oh, this marker, I swear. 3 and -4, right? And we want to create C prime. So all we're doing is saying we're taking the U and we're multiplying by our X value, which is 3. And we're taking U again, and we're multiplying it by our Y value, -4. That is my C prime right here. So we're looking for it, for our rule to look just like that. So this is saying we're adding we're adding U. No, we didn't say that. This is saying I'm dividing U. No. This is saying I'm taking my points and dividing by U again. No. This is my only one showing multiplication with U and my C coordinates. Okay. D. All right, number 14. 14. Where are you at? 14, you're running away from me. All right, two numbers show a number line, which is not located between these numbers. So first, let's put these two into decimals. So we have pi. Pi is 3.14 divided by 3. That gave me 1.05. 1.05. The next one was the square root of 64, which is 8, divided by 2, and you should get 4. Okay? So now we're looking for numbers between that. So the square root of 49 is perfect square. We should know that it's 7. Okay, it's 7 between 0.1 and 4. Oh, we're looking for the not, right? It's between 1.05 and 4. No, it's not. So my answer would be A. But let's just double check. Square root of 4 is 2. Pi divided by 2, you would have got 1.57. So that's between 4 and 1.05. And then pi squared, which is 3.14 squared, divide that by 3, and you would have got 3.2, and again, that's between 4 and 1.05. So the only one that's not is the square root of 49 that equals 7. All right, 15. Finally, almost done. Table shows completion times before runners. You have average 15 and 2/5, so let me convert that to a fraction. 15 and 2/5. So it's, let's see. Right on the side, 15 2/5. The 2/5, and we get to being 15.4. Then we have Brian, who's at 15.04. And then we have Carlos, who's 15.5, which is 15.5, which is 15.5, right? Then we have Diego at 15.8. And it wants to know which runner is the fastest time. So if I'm running, guys, I want to be the lowest time because I want to be the fastest. And the only one with the lowest time, and they all start with 15, I'm going to look at my next decimal. That's 4058. Well, the only one that is left is the 15.04. So that should have been Brian. Brian was the fastest. So when you come in, if you come into tutorials, extra sheet of paper, do that. If you did it at home, you need to come in, put the paper on top of your test, staple it, and put it on my desk, and then make sure that you tell me that you brought it in, okay? I hope it explained and helps a little more. If you still do not understand, come into tutoring. I'm here every morning. I will help you with the problem, okay? We'll do example problems so that you get it right the next time. All right, see you later.